Okay, so this is Aaron back with the Raspberry Pi Lynx version 2 project, and the last section I was talking about was getting the GPIO pins all wired up for the Lynx Flex circuit, and that's exactly what I went ahead and did. And I didn't show the process because it's a little time consuming and it might be boring to watch me solder all these connections. So what I did was I took my little custom cable here that I made, and I went ahead and I soldered it into all of the GPIO pins. Another way you could do this is like I did in the old one, which is where I just use a IDE header. That way you can just pop it on and then solder it to that. I just decided this time to just hard solder things just because I liked it a little bit better. You will see this giant resistor hanging off here right now. It's a test. It's a 1K ohm, and for some reason I can't find my small ones. I only found a big old quarter watt. What I was trying was pin 14 is the LED pin, and so I was hooking it up to 5 volts through a 1K ohm resistor to try and get the factory LED right here on the button board to work. And I was sitting here having a hard time with this, and I realized finally, after testing LEDs and things, it's like it won't light up. And I tried like 2 or 3 flex circuits thinking maybe it had bad LEDs on them. No, I didn't have a bad LED. I just didn't understand that the original Lynx circuitry actually sends 5 volts to all the buttons, not ground. So we're using ground to all the buttons, right? We're having each pin we're sending a signal through, and then we're grounding it. And that's good for our GPIO. That's what we want to do. But the Lynx actually, it's doing the buttons on the higher levels. It's passing 5 volts through everything. So what was going on is that pin 14 originally comes up here, and this is the LED here. And so normally pin 14, it should actually be this would be the ground, and then the rest of this over here, this is all like positive, right? But we're using on pin 1, we're sending ground through and not 5 volts. So I was sending 5 volts through pin 14, so the opposite polarity. So what you have to basically do, and this is what I ended up doing, is I just peeled the tape off of the LED, just picked the LED off and literally reversed it, put it in backwards, because we're just changing the polarity, right? I also put some nickel conductive paint down on the pins just to give it a better connection, because these things, once they're untaped, they don't tape very well. And that's Captain tape, which holds pretty well. And I fired it up, and it does work. So that's the trick. You've got to reverse the LED if you want to use the factory LED. Or you can just put your own LED in there if you want. But you have to tape it in. You can't solder to this. You'll melt it. So yeah, this actually is all wired up now. And I just did a basic test and it works. So I'm going to carry on to the next steps. Thanks for watching.